Hello, thank you for tuning into my channel. It's Finish It Friday for Friday, January 19th, 2024. So if you want to see what I've been working on this week, please stay tuned. I hope that everybody has had a great week this week in your sewing, crafting, quilting space. I've had a pretty good week. I have a few semi-finishes and some close things, but I think the most important thing that I have right now is just plans for how to proceed with my time and with the projects that I'm currently working on. So we'll start with, I'm excited about the Bargello quilt because I'm so close to having it completely bound. So let me show you that first. I have it here. This is a one of my tote bags that I made a long time ago, and I have it in the bag because when I go to a basketball game, I have it with me. I'm gonna have it with me until I'm done stitching it. So let me see. I am on the, I think I'm on the last side here. Yeah. So let me show you here. You can see that it's mostly finished edges here and there. And then let me turn it the other way. Is it this way? Yeah. So you can see like this is all finished. All of those are finished. So that's really cool. I am on the very last side, and so I have about, I don't know, maybe less than half a side to get finished. But this is the, I think this is the long side. So it's half of a long side, probably less than that to get completed for stitching on the binding by hand. But I have not stitched the sleeve on. So let me show you that right here. I don't know how well you can see this, but the sleeve is still pinned there. So I have to finish stitching the sleeve down, and then this one will be completely done. I think maybe in the span of one basketball game, if I got there a little bit early, I could get it completely done. But I don't know. There's a game today, a game tomorrow. Hopefully I can get it finished up this weekend. I'm super excited about this quilt. It is just, it's turning out great. I can't wait to see what this scrappy binding looks like. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all washed. My only thing is that I really need a name for this quilt. I have no idea. I'm going to put a picture of it here if you didn't see it last week, so that you can hopefully help me get this thing named. Like I said, it should be done fairly quickly. It's just a matter of finishing up some hand stitching. So really nice. So excited about that. The next thing that I want to share is the butterfly quilt. I have it, I put a border on it, and I want you to see that. So let me zoom out just a little bit, and then we'll look at it together. Let's see. Okay. All right, I'll move the chair out of the way. And what we have is I just put a 4-inch muslin border around this quilt. I really am excited about how it looks. I like the simplicity of it. And I'm going to put when I get ready to bind it, I'll put a really bold binding. It will have a flange on it. Let me show you what I'm thinking about using. I haven't made a final decision, but I'm thinking about using this as the larger part of the binding because it has some of these colors in it. It has the pinks and the turquoises, and a little bit of green and brown. Well, it has a dark purple in it, but I'm calling it brown. Let me bring it up close so you can see it. So it's pretty cute. And so I'm thinking of using this and then doing either like a blue flange, like one of those teal as the flange. But if I have a pink, I might use a pink. I really don't know yet. But looking at this, and this one, it really isn't in the style of the quilt, but I think it'll give us some nice stripes and it'll be just a thin portion of it, so I think it'll be okay. This fabric says it was made in 2008, so it's a pretty old fabric, but I don't consider it quite as old as these, but they might be, I don't know. So that's what I'm thinking about the binding, but I'm going to make the backing first, and I have a stack of fabrics that I'm going to use. I'll grab those too. These are from, most of these fabrics are from the top of the quilt. So they're like the little, these little half square triangles, or these pieces here. And so I'm going to have to get all of these starched. And I'm going to get 12.5-inch squares out of them, and then make a square backing. I have to piece the backing. So I'm going to make it pretty scrappy, and hopefully this will be a double-sided quilt. That's the goal. I have a few pieces here. Some of these are from the top of the quilt, but they've already been starched. So that's why they're in a separate stack. These need to be starched. And then I have a larger piece that is not from the back, but it has some colors that I really like and that pull inspiration from the top of the quilt. So I want to put that fabric in there with all these other fabrics. I think it's going to be a nice look. Can't wait to see the whole thing completed. So my next step is going to be to prepare the backing, then the binding, and well, actually I probably will quilt it first and then decide for real on the binding. So, but this has to be, I think it should be done pretty quickly because the baby's coming soon. So I need to get it done as quickly as I can. But I'm really proud of this quilt top. I love this simple border around it. I think it's going to be great once it's bound. One cool thing about working on this quilt was that I was able to work on a leader ender project while I pieced these pieces together. So I worked on a postage stamp block, and I have finished the entire dark blue block. I don't know how many of these I'm going to have, but I did finish one. I currently have 5 completed, counting this one, and then I'm working on a 6th. I have a teal block that's over there in the works that I'm using for a leader ender. After I get done with the teal blocks, there is another project that I want to work on that is as a leader ender with some Jacob's ladder blocks. So I'll push these postage stamp blocks to the side just a little bit so that I can start a new project. Well, sort of new, sort of old project, because I want to make a Jacob's ladder quilt. So excited about that. But I did finish this week, and it is pretty cute. Another thing that happened last week was I got a commission to do some quilt repair. So I want to show you that. I got it's a Lone Star quilt, and I'm going to put a picture of it here in the video so that you can see the quilt all laid out. And we'll do a little close up here of the main damage that I have to repair, and I'll show you kind of how I'm going about that. This is not my usual thing, but somebody asked for my help, and I think that I'll be able to help them to get this repair done. So for the quilt, what she said is that the puppy got a hold of it, and so it has this really big section here that's kind of been chewed up. So I'm gonna come a little bit closer. Let me see. So that's what it looks like. And so it's like 4 diamonds that I'm gonna have to replace. And there are a few other spots along here, but none of them are quite as significant as this spot. So I went to Patrick's, one of my local quilt shops. I got a few pieces of fabric that kind of match, and hopefully you can see it here. I'll hold it up like this. So I got a lighter piece, and then kind of a medium dark, and then another dark, so that the contrast is still there, even though it's not an exact match. And what I did was I kind of measured these. They seem to be like 2.5-inch diamonds, and I cut them out and I stitched the diamonds together to hopefully hand set them in. But this was my first attempt, and my points didn't match as well as I would like. So I'm gonna try this again. Let me see. I'll get closer so you can see this. See how it's not quite. Actually, it doesn't look as bad now as it does in person. It doesn't look as bad on camera. But I'm gonna try it. I think I'm gonna try it 2 more times and then pick the best one out of the 3. I looked up some techniques to hopefully get them to line up a little bit better. And so when I redo this, hopefully, I'm going to do it twice just to be safe. And then I'm going to use my seam ripper to take these diamonds out, set them in by hand, and then do the other repairs. So this is kind of my major project. To me, it probably needs the most time, but I don't think it'll take that much time. I'm saying that. I have no idea. I've never done anything like this before. So I will let you know my progress. Hopefully it will go well, and I can give this back. I would love to have it finished before next week's Finish It Friday. So that's the goal. But yeah, this is my other main project that I need to get done. I also am considering, I really need to go ahead and start on my great-grandmother's quilt before the end of January. So I'm going to put that kind of on my list to at least focus on one spot and see what I need to do. So that's the goal. We'll see how far we get with it. Let me know in the comments what you're excited about, what you're working on. I love reading your comments and replying to them. Thank you, those of you who have left comments. You've been so sweet and generous and nice. So thank you so much for that. I said sweet twice, whatever. If you have any questions about what you've seen in this video, leave them in the comments below. Thumbs up this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!